up everyone, and it is finally here. Well, I've actually had it for a few days, but it's about time I got around to reviewing this. And this is Figma number 248, Kirito GGO version, and of course, this is from Sword Art Online too. The original Kirito Figma here was my most watched Figma review for quite some time, so make sure to check that one out. But as for now, on to this one. There's the left-hand side of the box, the right-hand side of the box, the top, and the bottom, and there are those pictures on the back of the box. Now let's not waste any more time, let's bust this thing open and see what we've got. And there is that clear inner packaging, and after seeing so many Kantai collection Figma, this does look a little bit sparse in comparison. But anyway, in here we can see the figure, two alternate faces, an alternate hair segment, a muzzle flash effect part, his 5'7", beam sword, and what looks like an alternate blade. Around here in the back we've got a slashing effect part, and down here in the bottom is that Figma bag, instructions, as well as the alternate hands, base, and the stand. So there he is, finally out of the box, and what can I say, I'm actually blown away by this Figma. It's that good, and I really mean it. Max Factory seem to have come a long way since they last made Kirito. The general production quality is just that much better. The sculpt on here, especially that of the hair, looks fantastic. All the spikes in the hair look genuinely sharp. When contrasted with that of the original Kirito, they're a little bit blunter. They still look fantastic, but on here they look amazing. Everything about the hair on this figure just looks perfect. Now moving into the face, and as usual, that looks great as well. The eyes there in purple, expertly applied and finely detailed. Another quick comparison, and there's the GGO version, and there's the standard version. I know this isn't the default face, but literally I could not be arsed digging that out. The costume looks fantastic again. The paintwork looks amazing in that Max Factory matte paint. The fine grey lining is perfectly applied here. On mine, the brown does go a little bit outside of the lines here. This isn't too noticeable from afar, but it is a bit disappointing to see something like this. Other small details like this button up here on the collar are pretty much spot on, but what really does catch my eye even from afar is this little dot of grey on the shield section down here. If it was towards the back, I could forgive it, but being right on the front there, it does stand out. As you can see, even from a distance, that little grey spot does stick out quite a bit. The lower sections of the coat look amazing. Even though they're articulated, it hangs really well. The trousers as well look perfect, and finally there, the boots and the paint and sculpt there look pretty good as well. As for height, he comes in at about 14.5 centimeters, height comparison to the original Figma Kirito, Figma Sinon, Figma Solid Snake, and PlayArt's Kai Cloud. So here's Figma Kirito GGO version with everything that he comes with. First up is faces, and there's the default face that you've seen already, an awesome looking shouting combat face, and up last, a flustered expression. And as well as alternate face parts, we also have an alternate hair part. That's the standard hair, and there's the dynamic hair. As for hands, we have the standard fists, widespread open hands, standard Figma holding hands, hands for holding the gun, and last up is this hand here, and this is only a right hand. But to be blatantly honest, I have no idea what this is for. It's not shown on the box, and it's not really mentioned in the instructions either. Maybe it's meant to be a dynamic hand that's meant to make him look like he's reaching for his weapon, as I can't see any other real uses for it. As for weapons, we've got his beam sword, which is nicely detailed, and as you can see, can attach onto his belt. And for that, we've got this standard straight beam, and this flat beam with slashing beam effect part. I will mention here that the hand does at times have trouble holding this up, and it can flop down, but most of the time you can angle it just right, and it will stay in place. Next up is Kirito's 5'7", which you can see can slot into the holster, which is awesome. It's also very nicely detailed for something so small, and of course we've got that awesome muzzle flash effect part. So that's it for the accessories. Onto a super quick look at the articulation. There's the head all the way down to the front, all the way to the back, a little bit blocked by the hair back here. We've got that tilt side to side, and as usual I assume that can spin all the way around. Yes, it can. There's also a joint down here for the hair, so that can move down, up, rotate side to side, and that has a little bit of side to side movement as well. And if this is like other Figma, you should be able to pull this out, and if you pull out that little joint there as well, there's a bit of a shorter haired looking Kirito. I've seen people do that before with Shimakaze, and you can pretty much do it here as well. Just make sure to pull out the joint. There's the arm all the way up the shoulder, and that is impressive. As you can see, this section here is made out of a flexible material, so that doesn't really get in the way. That can also rotate all the way around. There is the bend at the elbow, and again, this is that new Figma wrist, so that has a lot of motion onto the waist, and there he is all the way to the front, and that is very impressive. As you can see, this whole section here is soft as well, so this breastplate type thing can move in and out, so that doesn't get in the way of the articulation. He does split a bit in there. If you're looking from the front, you can't really notice that, but to be honest, I do think this is worthwhile for a good ab crunch. When he's standing up straight, you don't notice that at all. So once more, there he is to the front, and there he is to the back. Not much to the back though. There is the side to side at the waist. As for these parts here, they can move up, down, and rotate side to side as well. So a lot of dynamic movement to these sections. There's the leg all the way up to the front. There it is all the way to the back. There they are all the way out, so nearly can do the splits there. Maybe if I move these out a bit more, nah, can't go the whole way. Some rotation here at the thigh. There is the bend at the knee, and last up is the ankle. There's it all the way down, all the way up. That can spin all the way around, and we do have a side-to-side pivot here. So that is it for the review, and this is another awesome Kirito Figma. The workmanship here is fantastic, as you would expect from Max Factory. Of course, there are a couple of little screw-ups here and there, but nothing that's really a deal breaker. The paint looks great, the detailing is awesome, and the sculpt is one of the best I've seen so far in a Figma. It's up there with the likes of Shimakaze and Ryuko that really just stand out. It's got some awesome accessories, the faces look great, and all in all, it is just one hell of a Figma. If you were to ask me which do I prefer, the original Kirito Figma or this one, I would say this one hands down. The old one is awesome without a doubt, but this one just looks that much better. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and make sure to come back for more Figma reviews. See you next time. And of course, the obligatory head swap.